The story starts at a restaurant named Restaurant Yukihira, with a boy named Soma challenging his father to a cooking duel, and a girl named Mayumi is the judge. The winner ends up being his dad, Joriichiro, and Soma loses for the 489th time. Damn, nigga, wrap it up. While everyone else is damn near orgasming at the food. I'm gonna be saying that quite a bit in this video, to be honest. Mayumi tries to console Soma, and he said, bet, try my grilled squid tentacles with peanut butter, and forces it into her mouth. Hey, yo! The next scene, I'm not even gonna fully show, but it definitely depicted a certain type of hentai. Long story short, she said that shit was ass. Poor girl, bro. Later that night, Soma expresses his desire to surpass his father and take over Restaurant Yukihira one day. That's when an urban life planner, Yaiko, walks in Restaurant Yukihira with her assistants, and she threatens to close down the restaurant for the development in the city. Yaiko further threatens Soma by stating that failure to cook a dish in her satisfaction will result in her closing down the shop. Soma agrees to the challenge as she leaves. The next day, as Soma returns from middle school to the restaurant, he notices the kitchen supplies in his restaurant has been sabotaged, presumably by Yahiko and her assistants. Just then, she pops up by again, telling and threatening Soma to cook her a meat dish. He accepts despite not having any meat resources. Bro was aura farming and hit him with the order up! A few moments later, he pops with his dish pork roast, saying he used the potatoes and wrapped it with bacon he bought earlier that day. She tries to say that don't count, but Soma insists she eats it, and she knew that shit smelled good. Yaiko tries, and then the orgasm begins. She wants more, but Soma takes the plate away and makes her promise to never target the restaurant ever again, and she reluctantly agrees. Even the assistants had some, and for some reason they all got naked and busted. While he was cleaning the sign, his dad said the restaurant is closed since his old buddy gave him a job offer in New York. Soma was rightfully upset, but then his dad told him to enroll in a cooking school, Totsuki Culinary Academy.
This is one of the best culinary schools in the country. It's a super elite institution with a graduation rate of less than 10%.
We then cut to a girl named Erina Nakiri tasting a dish at said school, and she said that shit was so ass, it was like
taking a bath with a sweaty western lowland gorilla.
That's gotta be racist. There's no way.
Harambe did not deserve that stray. We find out she's on the student council and is gonna judge the entrance exams later. Soma later meets Yoshiaki. Bro got a butler and shit. He was being nice until he found out Soma Family Restaurant was a diner.
You wretched lowly plebeian. You may no longer sit next to me!
Bro was hating, and Soma pressed his ass back. As the entrance exam starts, with the main ingredient being an egg, those impressed Erina may transfer. In 1 minute is fucking crazy. Seeing everybody else ran the fuck out that room. That's when we find out her nickname is the God Tongue, and she started speaking at 3 months, criticizing her mother's breast milk. Yeah, you heard me, and has been tasting professional chefs cooking since she was a girl. And one bad review from her spells the end of a cook's career.
These recruits are always a bunch of drooling monkeys.
She gotta be. Then she was about to take leave to make a new dish. Her assistant, Hisako, wanted to be able to try it, and oh my goodness.
Are you trying to tell me you want the right to taste my food?
I do. Please.
Aren't you a greedy little girl?
Soma was the only one that stayed and asked if he can take the test, which he does. He starts cooking while they watch. He lets her know he's cooking furikake rice, but not any furikake, transforming furikake rice. But little did she know, there was something underneath the egg, and dumps it all on the rice. She starts smelling it, and she decides to taste it. The moan was enough.
Hang on now. Are you going in for a second bite? I thought I heard something about you only needing one.
Fuck a second bite, she took 3. Then enters into a state of ecstasy. Erina then says,
Disgusting!
and fails him. But then later on, an old man tasted it, and let's just say he liked it, and overruled her decision. Why is this old man so ripped? Then we meet a girl named Megami as her 12-year-old self and see that she's leaving her hometown to attend the academy. She gets a good luck charm from her mom and promises to come back as a good chef. That suddenly wasn't the case since she was getting low grades. By the school regulations, Megami is informed that she will get expelled if she gets another failing grade. Cut back to the present when Megami then walks to the opening ceremony. The old man we saw earlier is named Senzaimon Nakari, and he is the director of the academy and Erina's grandfather. He gives a speech to the students entering the high school division of the school. Also finding out there was 812 high school freshmen, and now there's only 76 of them that made it. That's when Erina found out that Soma made it through. She was shook as fuck. He was giving a speech and he was saying, yeah, y'all trash, I'm gonna be the best.
I was 3 years old the first time I held a chef's knife. My dad taught me. And I've spent the last 12 years in the kitchen. Just you wait, Erina Nakari. I'm gonna make that mouth of yours say my food is delicious. I'll show you what my cooking's all about.
Later on, Soma was in the kitchen, and nobody was fucking with him. He was paired up with Megami as well, letting him know that if she fails one more time, she's expelled. Then they meet their French chef, Roland Chappelle.
Today's menu item is bœuf bourguignon. It is a staple of the traditional French cuisine.
What the?
He just like me trying to pronounce that shit. While the two were distracted, other students fucked with their food. Soma noticed it and saw they put salt in it. Had Megami panicking, but Soma got some backup ingredients and they went to work. Shortly after, it was ready for tasting. Professor Chappelle asked how they recovered, and Soma added some honey. He had Megami have a bite as well, made her orgasm in honey, as well as Professor Chappelle. The losers that fucked with they shit failed. Good. Megami thanked Soma afterwards, and this freak made her try that damn squid. Meanwhile, after hearing that Soma got the highest score, Erina vows to get his ass out of here. And damn, real hater shit. Later on, Soma finally finds the dorm, and that dorm was hectic as hell. He then meets the dorm mother, Fumio. He finds out he needs to make a dish in order to stay there. He accepts, and has to use the leftovers left in the kitchen. All he needed was a few minutes, and made a mackerel burger. Fumio was impressed. She even got flashbacks to when she was younger, and about to get cracked. Why would she actually find shit? Almost harassed my man Soma. She ends up giving him a dorm key. We find out Megami was here as well, and while laying down, he gets invited to a welcoming party. We got Zenji, Yuki, Ryoko, Soji, Daigo, and Shun. That's when Soma finds out about the Elite 10 Council, with Erina being a part of it. Then meets Satoshi. As the party continues, the members prepare dishes for each other, and Soma mixes in the group in an instant. I was not trying to see a man's butt on my screen. After the party, Satoshi and Soma are the only two left awake in the room. Satoshi welcomes Soma again and cooks a dish for him. After tasting the dish, Soma expresses his shock from how good it is.
Allow me the indulgence of reintroducing myself. From the Totsuki Council of 10, I am chair number 7, Satoshi Ishiki. I would like to try your food next.
Soma accepts the challenge, and after tasting Satoshi's dish that has mackerel, he decides to use mackerel as well. He starts cooking, and the aroma wakes up Yuki and Ryoko, and Shun was up as well. After Soma was done, he made a revamped mackerel onigiri chazuke, made a plate for all 4 of them. One bite was all it took. They all loved it. Shoot, they was even devouring it. Bowls clean. Then the orgasm scene happened. Nice. Eventually, everyone wakes up and goes to their rooms. Soma ends up asking Satoshi, how does one join the 10? Even though their battle ended in a draw, he wants to prove his dad wrong and be the best. He assumes if you beat a member, you can take their seat. So the next morning, he tries to challenge Satoshi right then. But that was not how it works. Then we cut to Erina being challenged by Kiyoshi, who don't look like he's in high school at all. This nigga is a grown-ass man. They both put something on the line. If he wins, she steps down from the council. But if she wins, the construction plan of taking down the Chanko building to build her 6th personal building instead goes into effect.
There are 3 things you need to challenge someone. First off, you need authorized officials to declare the challenge valid. Second, an odd number of judges. And third, the agreement of both parties as to the conditions of the challenge. And it has become known as Food War.
Then we cut back to Erina winning the food war. She wasted no time taking down that building too. While Erina was on the way out, she gets stopped by a girl nicknamed the Meat Master. I know we talking about different meats here, but still.
They don't call me the Meat Master for nothing, and I'll protect that title. You can bet on that. I will serve up a flawless victory.
Like, look.
Are you gonna do it with me? I know you want to. Come on. Just do it with me. A food war.
She know what she doing, bruh. After everyone at the dorm ate breakfast after farming for some veggies, Soma learned about the different research societies at the school. He visits the Rice Bowls Research Society room and finds out the club is on its last leg, thanks to Erina. Then shortly after, the Meat Master herself shows up for an inspection, named Mito Ikumi. Soma decides to do the food war in Kenichi's place. If Mito wins, he would have to leave the academy, and if Soma wins, she has to join the club. The main ingredient will be meat, and they will be making rice bowls. The food war is in 3 days. During that time, they make a strategy, and Soma decides to make a beef rice bowl. Over the next 2 days, he starts trying different recipes until Megumi gives him an idea. As Soma begins his final push, he asks Kanichi for beef steak and proceeds to do various procedures in making a beef steak donburi. He then makes a jalapeno steak rice bowl, which finally earns praise from Megumi and Kanichi. Just then, Mito discusses her ingredients to Erina, which she will use for the food war against Soma, citing that she completed all the possible preparations she could have done to make an A5 meat that surpasses a standard A5 meat. With Erina expecting her to emerge victorious with great results, Erina couldn't wait for that nigga to lose. It's the day of the food war, and off of 2 hours of sleep, Soma's ready to cook. The MC is Urara Kawashima, and look how she got a whole fan club, bro. Look at the jealous ass bitches in the back. Mito and her jiggling ass breasts makes her entrance. Then Soma comes and gets mad hate, straight dick riding.
Dick sucker! Dick sucker! Dick sucker!
Then everyone was shocked to see that Erina pulled up to watch. Comes to find out, she came to hate watch Soma. Fairs. Then the battle begins, and Mito brings that big ass piece of meat, cutting it up. She starts cooking, and everyone is loving the aroma. While Soma is dicing up a lot of onions, and then takes out his meat, then everyone sees his meat was on sale. Good hating from the crowd, to be honest. After cooking her meat, she started pressing Soma about why he's so quiet.
Cause in a bit, my rice bowl is going to do all the talking for me. Also, it's common knowledge that you can't trust a chef who spends more time hurling insults than perfecting their dishes.
You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Like, bro. Shortly after time is up, Mito was up first, and the judges was kinda bouncing on it. They said her shit good. Next was Soma. The judges were already dismissing his shit till he whipped that motherfucking top off. Shut their asses up once they ate it too. They couldn't stop devouring it. Shit was so good they wanted seconds. Even Soma gave Mito a bowl to try it. She couldn't stop eating it, made her shed a tear, and then the orgasm. Soma swept her ass. Erina was not pleased and left.
Clear out the cooking room I gave her. I have no time for failures.
Understood, Miss Erina.
Soma told Mito she's the best meat cook he knows and raised her ass up, calling her sweet meat, had her blushing and shit, and run away. Later on, she was pacing outside the club room thinking about him too. She enters, and that's when we find out that he didn't join. Had her ass mad as fuck. Later on, Soma learns that all the freshmen are tasked with grueling cooking projects every day in a remote location in the mountains. Also, if they don't pass, they'll get expelled. It was the first day of camp, and they arrive at a resort. Rich ass school, bruh. All of the students get gathered inside. Then Soma greets Mito. Got her blushing and shit, okay? Roland comes out and says they're scheduled to stay for 6 days, and they'll be split into several groups and take on daily cooking tasks. If they fail, they'll get expelled. Then we get introduced to the judges, and they are graduates of Totsuki Academy.
You there, in the 9th row from the front, the young man with the cut over his brow. No, next to you.
Huh?
Yes, you. You're expelled. You may leave now.
What?
Damn, wasted no time. Then Megumi started getting rizzed up by 2 of the former graduates, Gotoda and Hinako. And we see the best of the best, Gin Dojima. They all go and split up in their group. Soma's in group F with Hinako as the judge, and Megumi is paired in his group luckily. Then we meet this blonde fuck stepping on his foot, hating his shit. Then Hinako lets them know their challenge is that they can cook anything they find outside within the fence, and have 2 hours to do so. Later on, Soma catches fish like the others, and the blonde motherfucker got a duck. Then his bro started cutting the meat fast as fuck, then got his turn, and they was going crazy. We found out their names is Takumi Aldini and his twin brother, Isami Aldini. Finding out they Italian. You find out they work at his family's restaurant as well. The twin bro's still going crazy, and finished, making a herb grilled duck. Hinako tastes it, and she loved it, and passes them. Megumi then realized Takumi is just like Soma. Meanwhile, we find out Erina passed as well. We then get a flashback to 3 years ago seeing Takumi and Isami. That's when their father and uncle decided to send them to Japan for Totsuki. That's when we cut back to the present where Hinako agrees to having Soma and Takumi have a battle to see whose dish is better. Soma decides what to make and tells Megumi to get him certain ingredients. He grabs Hinako's rice crackers and makes Takumi hold them real quick while he goes outside with Megumi. He grabs some eggs and makes it back with 15 minutes left. With Megumi's help, gonna use the fish they caught earlier. That's when Takumi realized Soma would use the rice crackers as a breading. Shortly after they finish their fried fish, Hinako takes a bite and she loves it. That crunch though. Then the orgasm happens. Classic. She passes them. The test was then over. Just when it was time to choose whose dish was better though, she needed to think on it more. And then Kojiro called her to hurry her ass up about the class being over, then leaves, causing them to draw. Soma and Megumi eventually meet up with the rest of the Polar Star group who have passed their tests. They then proceed to rest, but are stopped by Hitoshi Sekimori, another judge, who gives the students a new assignment to complete: to cook 50 steak meals for the members of a bodybuilding club. They got 1 hour. If they fail, they will be expelled, stressing everyone. Soma eventually finishes 50 sets and goes to the public bath to relax, then bumps into Erina. He ends up teasing her about singing, and she was still hating on him. Then Hisako came after finishing the dinner assignment.
What in God's name do you think you are doing in here?
Oh, I just laid Erina on the floor.
Soma then runs into Dojima, big buff ass. That's when Dojima tells Soma about another student last year being this early, Satoshi himself. And just as Takumi makes it, Chef Dojima daps up Soma before leaving.
Looks like the dumplings are ready. Aren't they, Lady Ryoko?
Ow! Perfectly plump and tender and ready to eat.
Oh, not you too.
The Polar Star gang later meet up and hangs out together. That's when Megumi tells the remaining members who are still awake she wants to get better and be around everyone more. The next day, we then see Kojiro tells his group of students that had Soma and Megumi in it have to make a 9-vegetable terrine. Y'all have to make their own dish, and they have 3 hours. Had everyone panicking and fighting. After grabbing ingredients, Megumi couldn't ask Soma for help since it's prohibited. We see Kojiro kick 2 students out for even talking to each other. Later on, while tasting the students' dishes, he starts expelling more students. Once it's Soma's turn, he passes. Then soon, it's Megumi's turn. Kojiro then tastes hers and expels her.
Can you please tell me what was wrong with my dish?
Well, your cauliflower was a little off, so you used wine vinegar to boil it, is that correct? The vinegar created a perfect match, flavor-wise.
So then, why, sir?
Who said you were free to stray from the recette?
Made a whole different dish. It was GG's. That's when Soma was not having it, saying that there was some bad veggies in stock. Kojiro said he did it on purpose to weed out those students who would use them.
Be quiet! I am the master chef here. You do not have the authority to try to question my decisions. I cannot allow some peon to butcher my dish.
Made his ass mad too. Megumi tried to insist it'll be okay, but nah, he said fuck that, and challenges Kojiro to a food war to take back his decision to expel Megumi. Kojiro then declines, but then Dojima and Hinako pull up and tasted her dish, thinking she should be passed. So instead, Dojima says he will manage the unofficial food war between Soma and Megumi against Kojiro. Since they can't disrupt the training camp's program, they will battle after the afternoon's challenges. If they both lose, they are both expelled. Later on, Megumi was sad that he got involved.
Megumi, I can't let you fail on your own. You'll mess that up too.
You really have to make fun of me right now?
I mean, is he wrong? Later on, they meet in the basement kitchen with some former graduates as judges. They can make whatever they like as long as the vegetables are the main component with a 2-hour time limit.
Also, there will be one more condition. Megumi Tadakuro, you will be the lead chef. You'll decide the recipe on your own. Soma, you'll act as sous chef and support her.
Chef Dojima, I am the one who wanted this food war. So why would I not be the one to—
I brought together a challenge that otherwise would never have happened. Let's say Megumi survives thanks to your cooking. What merit is there in that? It does nothing to show us what she's got. Sooner or later, she will just end up failing some other challenge. She cannot continue to rely on you.
Kojiro knew what he was gonna make. Damn, she was panicking again.
I learned that from back home. It's how I was taught to get my mind right.
It stings, but I stopped shaking.
The first thing you need to do is just calm down. Then focus only on what you want to make.
W. Soma. She finally decides on what to make. The Polar Star group find out that 2 are doing a food war right now. Had Yuki nervous. Meanwhile, Soma was matching Megumi well. Synergy was A1. They finished and Kojiro was first for judging. It was safe to say they loved it, with the orgasms popping up on the screen. What else would you expect from a former #1 in the academy and having his own restaurant in France? Then it was Megumi's and Soma's turn. She made a rainbow terrine. The judges tasted and they said it's good. Made Megumi happy. The judges now cast their votes on who had the better dish, and we find out they lost. Soma told her not to sweat it, but she started to cry since they're expelled now. That is, until Dojima steps in and casts a vote. Dojima makes Kojiro take a bite, and after he eats it, it gives him flashbacks to his childhood, causing him to fuck with it. Shortly after, the judges ends up making it a draw, making the 2 able to stay, and had Megumi crying. Once they make it outside, Megumi thanks Soma for everything. While alone, Soma was mad as fuck that he lost. He makes it back to the resort, and the group was relieved they made it. The third day of the training camp has begun and we see Megami pass without Soma for once, with Soma determined to get better. We then see Erina run into a girl with white hair with a dude. Erina was not trying to pay them no mind. Right when the day was over, all the remaining students get called to the main banquet hall. Takumi and Mito press Soma for challenging Kojiro, which is fairs. Dojima then explains tomorrow morning they all have to make a new breakfast item for their guests at the resort. Main ingredient is eggs. They must be ready by 6 a.m. While Takumi was trying to challenge Soma again as a rival, he teased Erina about his entrance exam being similar. Later on, while Erina knows what she's going to make tomorrow, she heads off to bed. Soma, after getting a flashback of his dad, realizes what he'll make, and so does Takumi. Right before he started, the same girl from before pops up, and so does the same guy. At least we know what they did earlier was just a facade. After they left, she started flaming his ass.
After all the rumors, he was kind of a letdown, wasn't he? I can't believe that's what he plans to make. You don't suppose he wants to get kicked out, do you?
The next morning, Soma makes it to his spot, and him and Erina are neighbors. Soma says he'll make a souffle omelet, and shortly after, Dojima introduces them to the judges, and it is families, with 3 old-timers too. Even the staff are judges. They must serve 200 of their plates in 2 hours. They start serving and some of the staff are fucking with Takumi's salad. Megami serves a stew for breakfast to the old-timers.
Oh, goodness gracious.
That moan was crazy.
Would you please marry my grandson?
Yeah, they got it. A sous chef fuck with Mito's dish as well. Then the same white-haired girl runs into her, and from her station, she's not getting any customers at all. Suspicious. Then we see Erina's dish, Eggs Benedict, W American dish. I'm not gonna lie, my fat ass would eat that shit. Had this old man bouncing on it. Meanwhile, Soma has only served 10 people. Even his souffle has started to collapse. I know he feel like shit as Erina served her 200.
It seems you finally get it. For a buffet, nothing's more important than appearance and flavor retention. Put simply, you chose the absolute worst dish to make for this challenge.
Then in Hall E, we see that girl from earlier now getting customers, and Mito is struggling to get her last 50 customers. She was even poaching people from other tables. Everyone was fucking with her dish. Meanwhile, Takumi and Megami served their 200. Soma was still stuck with 33 minutes left. That's when he thinks of his dad again. Erina was still clowning his ass, and he was oddly still quiet. That's when he locks in. Gets the attention of a little girl, and she was mesmerized, and eats his souffle omelet. She enjoys it, and some staff members started moaning and fucking with it too. To the point more people started coming. Erina was saying it's impossible for him to finish since he needs over 100 with 30 minutes left. We start seeing more people finish. The same girl from earlier served more than 200. 380 plates is crazy. She starts to wonder about how Soma is doing, and that's when we see he is dishing out plates fast as hell, taking Erina's customers too. Even had Dojima impressed. Members from the Polar Star dorm finished, and with 5 minutes left, Megami and Takumi wait on Soma, and at the buzzer, he did it. Found out Erina served the most plates with 407. Golly! Then the white-haired girl introduced herself as Alice Nakari, finding out that her and Erina are cousins, and they were definitely not fucking with each other, even when they were kids. At the end of the day, Dojima tells the remaining students that 352 of them have failed, leaving 628 left. Then reveals the remaining students have passed the camp, gets to celebrate with a meal from the graduates. We cut to the airport and see Joichiro is back. After everyone is done, some of the graduates started trying to recruit Soma and Megami once they graduate from the academy. Soma appreciates it, but lets them know he got restaurant Yukihira to run in the future. Then all the students bid their farewells. Had Dojima get flashbacks from his younger days with Soma's dad. Right before they left, Soma forgot his hand towel. Erina forgot something as well, and will find her own way back to the academy. Soma makes it back, but got on the wrong bus. Hey, at least the old people was fucking with him. He ended up getting left and runs into Erina. Guess they get to go back together. During the ride back, she tells him about the fall selection.
It's a festival where the chosen few show their skills in a battle of fine cuisine. It's the first opportunity for students to display their abilities off campus in front of the academy's directors and investors all gathered in the same place.
Members of the committee were at the camp too, evaluating them. And shortly after, Soma asks what she left behind, but she was not gonna answer. Then shortly after, we see her blushing and see the book she left behind with a picture of her and Joichiro in it. Oh hell nah. I'm not gonna lie, I laughed so hard seeing this shit. I know she about to crash out once she finds out that Soma's dad. Back at the Polar Star dorm, Fumio opens the door to Joichiro. The rest of the members from the dorm make it back and are treated to a feast by the GOAT himself. Soma was shocked he was even there, but nobody knew who he was until Fumio said he was a former graduate and former number 2 of the Elite 10. Everyone was shocked to find out that that was Soma's dad. Soma couldn't process his own dad graduated at Totsuki. Satoshi knew about him though. They then enjoyed the feast. Then the orgasms happened. He starts putting them on to some of the dishes he made too.
Mr. Joichiro seems like one of those real men you hear rumors about. Yes, he's so grown up and handsome. Can't you kind of see that in his son too? You think in the future, Soma could end up like that?
Fumio shortly after shows a picture of Joichiro and Gin when they were sophomores. Finding out thanks to those two, Totsuki expanded to what it is today. Later that night, Soma learned about his dad's past. Even his dad was in the same room as him when he was younger. Chills. The next day, his dad wakes him up and tells him he wants to challenge him to see how far he's come. They haven't done a battle in a while, so fairs. Fumio would have been the only judge, but Satoshi was there, and I don't understand this nigga. He is butt booty naked in the kitchen first thing in the morning. I know his ass ain't shower. Megami was up as well, so the 3 of them are to be the judges. Fumio said the theme is making someone feel young, invigorated first thing in the morning. They start cooking, and Soma ends up finishing first. An apple risotto. All 3 of them tasted, and Megami was the first one to orgasm. Had her feeling like Snow White in this bitch. Soma said to try it with black pepper, and they loved it. Then it was Joichiro's turn. His aura got it. He made a ramen with thick broth. In the morning, it's kinda crazy. They try it and holy, they couldn't stop eating it. So you know what that means. Bro used no meat or fish. Yeah, GG's. It was time for them to vote, and it was a unanimous decision. The GOAT Joichiro wins. That makes it 490 losses now. His dad was proud of him for improving though. Soma now wants to make it to the Council of 10 even more. While Joichiro takes his leave. Meanwhile, while Erina was on her way to meetings to try new dishes for other restaurants, she had the car stop when she saw Joichiro, but he was gone. Why is she blushing? Later on, Fumio tells Soma that his dad said to air out the restaurant every now and then while he's gone. Mayumi was walking past it with friends, and we find she has a crush on Soma since they was in middle school. Aki says to let him know how she feels about him, but she thinks he'll never notice her until he opens up the shop right next to her. They was so happy to see him back, and so did the whole neighborhood. While he was serving customers, we found out Mayumi has gone to school with Soma since kindergarten, and they have never spoken to each other for real. But when she saw him cooking, it was raps. After a while, Soma finds out from Tomita the station's commercial area reopened, and there's a fried chicken place named Moziya that's been getting a lot of buzz. Has him down terrible. Soma decides to come up with a different type of fried chicken. Aki volunteers Mayumi to test his cooking. W-wing woman, Soma decides to get help from someone who knows about fried chicken and calls up Mito and asks for help. Look at her blushing. The next day she pulls up, Mayumi as well, and they go to check out the fried chicken. The shop is ran by Kinu Nakamozu. They spot Tomita there as well, and Kinu sneaks up on them. She offers chicken to Soma and Mito, and one bite was all it took. It was that good. Even to the point she yapped about what's in it. She's that confident they can't make anything better. Soma then challenges her that they can make a better chicken. They go back to Yukihira, and Mito and Soma get to work. Later on, we see Kinu on the phone with a guy talking about how they trying to take over the whole region. By nighttime, thanks to Mayumi's idea of thinking of something unique to the area, he comes up with one. Then we see the Council of 10 coming together preparing for the fall selection. Soma decides to offer customers the fried chicken freshly hot instead of the takeout method Moziya does. He decides to get books with recipes in his room, leaving Mito and Mayumi, and right when Mayumi thinks Mito has a crush on him, Soma drops his books on her and she crashes out. So now she thinks otherwise. After a new batch of chicken was made, Mayumi fucks with it, as Mito suggests they make a change to thigh meat. Tomita comes in with the idea of how people should eat it portably with rice. Mayumi and Mito shut that idea down immediately, but it gave Soma an idea. The next day, Kinu saw a group of students pass by holding some chicken, but it ain't hers. As days go on, she starts to notice that more people are passing by with a wrap of chicken, realizing they are eating sumire fried chicken, and it's booming. Soma and Mito was going crazy, serving a sumire fried chicken roll. Kinu couldn't believe it, and Soma pulls up on her. Even the rest of the shopping district was selling well. She finally tries it herself, and you already know, the orgasm happened. Yeah, she fucked with it. Later that night, Soma offers Mayumi a part-time job, letting her know he's noticed her. It would even cook for her when he's back. She agrees, and Mito totally wasn't jealous. We see the same guy from earlier on the phone, and with Soma back from summer vacation, he wanted to have a talk with him. He reveals he was the one behind Moziya expanding, and his strategy is ruined because of him, so he offers Soma to work for him. Soma declines his offer. Then he reveals that Soma is chosen to compete in the fall selection and tells him his nickname is the Alchemist. Seat number 9 of the Council of 10. Etsuya Aizan, saying he will crush him. We cut back to the meeting between the Council of 10, and while they were choosing who to be in the fall selection, Erina was hating on Soma. Satoshi and Aizan goes against her. Later on, we see the students who will be competing in the fall selection: Shun, Soma, Ryoko, Yuki, Megumi, Mito, Takumi and Isami, as well as Alice and her partner in crime. Finding out that 60 total students are split into groups A and B to compete in preliminary rounds, and the top students will move on to compete in the tournament. Shortly after, Erina congrats Hisako for making it as well. Some randoms was hating on Megumi for making it, and a girl named Miyoko Hojo stood up for her, letting her know she's piqued her interest, but is disappointed when she hears Megumi was helped by Soma.
That transfer student? Oh, I see. So in the end, you just let some man do it for you? Sorry I bothered you. I thought you were someone else.
Soon after, Alice tells Soma that the winner of the fall selection will become the member of the 10. We also get introduced to a girl named Nao, who is fanned out for Erina. Zenji made it as well, and we finally learn bro name, Kurokiba Ryo. After learning the first dish of the election is curry, thanks to his dad, Soma and Megumi visit Jun Shiomi, an instructor and Polar Star alumni who specializes in curry and spices. Soon as he brought up his dad, she decked his ass when a guy started to walk in. We get a flashback, and Shiomi was Joichiro's guinea pig for his new dishes. Using Shiomi's theories on spices, her assistant Akira Hayama, who is also in the fall selection, demonstrates that preparing the same ingredients of a curry dish in different ways can yield drastically different results. Impressed by the powerful flavors of Akira's curry, Soma becomes determined to beat him in the preliminaries, as they are both in Group A. The students got 6 weeks to prepare a curry in the meantime. Yeah, I ain't showing everything that happened, but we saw Nao's creepy ass. Megumi goes back to her hometown, and the 6 weeks went by. All 60 students gather at the fall selection opening. Classic Soma accidentally risen Mito. He runs into Takumi, and his brother Isami lost weight, but apparently he only looks like that in the summertime. I don't know how that works, but okay. Shortly after, the director Senzaimon starts off the fall selection, and we see all former number 1s of the Elite 10 have a portrait up. Let the 90-second selection begin. They got 3 hours to make their curry, and the top 4 candidates from each group will move on to the tournament. An hour later, the students begin cooking. We see the judges, and the one coming in late to be a woman named Natsumi, the queen of curry. Ain't no Aizan had pulled like that. And then come to find out she got a twin sister judging for Group B, Orie.
Hey Ishiki, my beautiful boy. When will you finally leave this place and join our company? I want you to hurry up and be my little play toy.
I'm still just a young student, madam.
Oh, that's all right. You could drop out of school now and I'd make sure to look after you forever.
Oh, hell nah. We see some more of the students cooking, and I don't know how the hell One Chop made Miyoko get this off. Had all the boys fiending. In Group A, while Mito was cooking, Ryo locked in, and the favorite to win the prelims, Akira, added his spice. Meanwhile, Soma is, sleeping? Bro said psych and woke up as soon as he smelled that spice. He straight up boiled rice with vegetables and spices. Even Akira was able to smell what was in it. In Group B, Megumi pulled out a monkfish, and everyone was shocked for her to try to cut a tough fish. She remembers Soma prays and locks in. We saw her flashback of learning how to do suspended cutting 9 years ago. That training paid off. Even had Orie amazed. Shortly after, time was up. There's 5 judges, and each can award 20 points for a total out of 100. The top 4 scorers move on. They started judging this one student's dish, and 2 of them was fucking with it for real, just for their final score to be 33. Holy, that is so sad. Imagine someone saying your shit good just to give you a bad score. Orie gave him a 2. Nice. The scores was getting bad. 6 points, nigga? I know your shit was ass if motherfuckers giving you a 0. No one has cleared even 40 points. Next up was Nao, and oh my god, her shit reeked. She used Kusia too? Oh hell nah.
You get a 0, you little devil child!
Orie bold though. She trying it, and she said it was delicious. I fucking knew it. Everyone else tried, and yeah, she had a nickname, the Boiling Witch. Her score was at 84. Next was her op, Hisako. Then we find out they had a food battle over who could be Erina's assistant 2 years ago. After trying her dish with curry and some Chinese medicinal herbs mixed in, they loved it. Hisako makes Nao taste it, and yeah, she loved it. Her score was 92. Stunned on her ass. Shit was so good, she started wanting Hisako now.
My big sister, Mrs. Sako!
Miyoko was next up, and she gets an 87, moving her to second place. Yuki was able to grab a high score as well, with 86. They was for real glazing her. Next up was Isami, with a curry calzone. I already know that shit was gas. They give him an 87, and gets him in the top 4. Next was Takumi, with his pasta and curry sauce. Yeah, these twins are different, man. I just love me some Italian food. It got 3 layers? Aight, man. That's when we saw a flashback of people saying that Takumi was the better cook, had Isami down terrible, but Takumi said, hell nah, you my twin, giving him a score of 90 and knocking out Yuki. Next was Alice, and you already know, if she don't get the highest, I'll crash. It definitely looked different, but everything on that plate is curry. 1 bite was all it took to freeze them. They couldn't even describe it. Hit them with that thermal sense. They enjoyed it and gives her a score of 95 points, having Isami and Miyoko tied for 4th place.
I didn't get 100. That's unexpected.
Lastly, we got Megumi, and had people from her village pull up to cheer her on. That shit was wholesome, I can't even cap. A monkfish double jiru curry. They tried it, and that shit had they ass in heaven. After seeing a flashback with her mom supporting her, her score comes in, and her score was 88 points, giving her the last spot to advance. Let's go! Meanwhile, in Group A, Natsume has given straight zeros to everyone so far. Next up was Ryo, serving up seafood curry. Natsume tasted it, and she took a second bite for the first time. The moan was all we needed to hear. Just before they gave a score, Ryo whips out a dropper and says,
"You must take this dropper, put a couple of drops into the shell, then slurp it up. That's the most satisfying way to eat this dish."
Ryo sees right through her, knowing she wants to eat it. Yeah, she was scarfing that shit down, then had her orgasm. His final score was a 93, taking the lead. Even had Erina shocked. Next was Mito with her dongpo pork curry bowl. I'm not gonna lie, my fat ass would tear that shit up. Natsume ain't recovered from the last dish yet, and that meat had her orgasm again. They said fuck calling her meat master, she the meat general. Gave her a score of 86. This nigga Kenichi really says she's the meatiest.
You're the meatiest!
Can't make this shit up. Next was Ryoko, and it kinda looked simple, but it was actually good. And after a little bit of fan service, she gets an 86 as well, tying with Mito. Next was Zenji, the quiet assassin himself. He got a whole shawty crushing on him too. His dish is just white curry udon. People are expecting it to be ass, but they slurping and still slurping. Had Natsume moaning again. They gave him 88 points, putting him in second. Next up was Shun's smoked curry with smoked bacon, potatoes, and eggs. Had Natsume moaning again, giving him an 88. Next was Akira and served up naan. Holy, that crunch. The aroma. Even had Soma try it and fuck with it. Everyone from Group B ran over to see what's happening, and Akira's total score was 94, putting him in first. 2 judges gave him a perfect 20. Lastly was Soma, letting Akira try it as well. He made an omelet. Again?
Big fella!
But another aroma bomb came, and it was a curry risotto inside. The judges tried it, as well as Akira. The judges loved it. Using his past losses as lessons for real, and combining them together is crazy. Even had Erina blushing. In the end, his score was a 93. Oh my. Even though he was 1 off, out of the 5 scores, 3 fuck with Soma's more though. It even had the judges arguing. It had people wondering how it would look if they went against each other in the tournament. Back at the Polar Star dorm, everyone has a party to celebrate. We even got to see Miyoko apologize to Megami for underestimating her. There's 2 weeks before the tournament starts. Akira is trying to win it for June, giving him a chance, while Alice is trying to go out and celebrate with her cousin. Erina declines for another time and congratulates them, as well as congratulating Hisako. Then we see now creepy ass calling Hisako big sis now. We then see Erina was thinking about the aroma from Soma's dish still, shortly becoming flustered. Later on, we see Megami thank Soma for everything he's done for her over the last 6 months. Not Mito sneaking as well as the other girls finding her. While Soma vows to get stronger, the whole group pulls up as they enjoy the rest of the night. Of course, it has to end with Soma's terrible dish octopus with fucking yogurt. That is fucking insane. With that, that's the end. Season 2 coming soon, but for now, I'm out.